JHope addresses the BTS members at an exhibit and talks about V and what he said is so cute. We have allegedly Jennie addressing the photoshopped V photos and even her telling her hacker to stop. Very pipe and tea today. So hey dumplings, it's Dave Decide. Hater or not, make sure you're subscribed with the notification bell on. Grab your dumplings, hey spilling mug merch, and let's get into it. BTS recently dropped their Bangtan Bomb episodes. This is similar to their reality TV show they often like to do, like Run BTS or Bon Voyage, where we get to see the boys more in an honest space. Not to say that they are normally not honest, but for the case of interviews and performances, there is going to be a more performative aspect about it. They're going to be less themselves. Whereas for these shows, they feel like they can be more open about who they are. We do react to these series on Patreon. Currently, there's open spots for the $1 tier. If you're looking to sign up, looking forward to having you there. Link in the description. Bangtan Bomb is a series where the boys are being shot before a concert or a big show, and we get to see how they get ready, hair, makeup, etc. Other Bangtan Bomb episodes consist of just things the boys want to show. One particular thing is an exhibit that BTS has in Korea and Japan now. This is a museum of BTS's achievements, and you can go see all the song lyrics on the wall and some stuff from the sets. I don't know if these are real props that BTS actually used on set or if it's just a replica that they're putting up, but either way the boys have likely touched them. We know JHope has, because in this recent Bangtan Bomb episode, JHope goes to visit the one in Japan and gives us a tour. He goes over all the different eras of BTS and also comes to say that the boy with love was his favorite era and he thought everyone looked the cutest then. I totally agree. I think it was definitely a brighter era. The boys had brighter colors, the sets was all sunny, and they all just looked really cute. JHope in the beginning of this Bangtan Bomb episode walks by the members' photos being hung up on the wall and talks about each one that he passes by. JHope starts a photo of Jungkook to say that Jungkook is handsome, but he never listens. To which I was like, JHope, Hobie, T, give it. What Jungkook do? JHope continued by looking at Jimin and touching Jimin's chin, and also added that he raised all of them, as he is obviously one of the older ones. That does feel accurate and true to me. JHope continues to make a joke calling Jin the youngest member of BTS. What the internet found to be super funny and cute was when JHope came to Taeyang or V. JHope made the most Asian sound ever, sounds my dad makes, and pointed towards Taeyang to say that he, JHope, also raised Taeyang. This must have been very emotional for JHope to see. I know they've had many moments where they probably felt like they've made it or have long passed their expectations. And of course, seeing their friends, close family, or bandmates, whatever you want to call their relationship, seeing them up on a wall and in their own store that honors them, that's a weird feeling no matter who you are. Seeing them from when they were younger to get older is quite weird but very cool. JHope continued to talk about Taeyang in a later part of the video to say that as he has watched Taeyang grow older, JHope notices that Taeyang has gotten a lot more stronger features. This is definitely true. Some people's facial features change, mine have changed dramatically, and definitely I feel like Taeyang grew into his features and then also seemingly those features just got enhanced. I love that JHope talked about Taeyang like that and got to talk about how he's felt Taeyang has changed and grown. I do wonder if Taeyang never got so famous or didn't grow much, would the situation of Jennie and Taeyang dating ever happen? Like, would it be a big rumor? I do not care if the two are dating or what most people think about the two dating. It bothers me when I read comments like, Jennie is just perpetuating this because she can't be relevant otherwise, or she's enjoying the attention. Objectively speaking, Blackpink is one of the most popular groups in the world. I want to say that fans and labels might care more about global takeover way more than an artist would care. If you spoke to any celebrity, there was a time in their career where they probably were thinking, if I can just make a couple $1,000s a month singing and supporting myself, I would be happy. Of course, now if you're making millions, why not try to go further? But it just goes to show that money and fame are often not the driving force for an artist. They just like to make music. And a lot of them don't see a check for years. You can definitely tell the love to be the case with Blackpink. They enjoy singing, dancing, and having fun. It's the fans that seem to make a big deal and say that the girls need to be better than BTS when the girls don't even care to do that. Because for some reason, a bunch of these people think that Jennie is doing this for clout. She has been the one getting the most hate from so many different people. I haven't really seen too many death threats towards V over the situation, but Jennie, there's tons. And there's even even bigger things that started to happen which got really scary. Let me fill you in here. Gurumiharibo was this alleged hacker who claimed that V and Jennie were dating. I personally believe the photos were photoshopped, and the photos got so big that this ended up crossing over from just one subculture ship to international news because it just seemed so real. Anyone who followed K-pop even remotely heard of this news. This news was never confirmed or denied by the label, and it was just up for speculation. The hacker was telling everyone how the photos came from Jennie's iCloud, and they just took it and posted it. Of course, as I said, I think they're photoshopped, but if the claims of hacking are true, then that is very illegal. And of course, scary how one person could even get these types of content from someone. I mean, aside from safety, I think people should intervene here and stop this, because if Jennie had the latest album or single on her iCloud, leaking that would cause a mass revenue drop for the company. But all of this was just speculation, and speculation that any hacking even occurred. Until, if you aren't aware, Jennie has a second account that she posted on her main account just once, I think. This is her photography page, and she begged the label to let her open an account, and they did. Her photography is quite good, and it's nice to have hobbies. I think Lisa has her dancing page, and of course Jennie has this photography page. If they decide that they no longer want to do music anymore, they have a lot of prospects they can get into. This photography account apparently wasn't active for a little bit, and I think most people assumed it wasn't active because maybe Jennie was busy. But she posted a story on it recently saying that it took almost 2 months to get this account back, implying that she was hacked, and then continued to say and beg for people to respect her personal space. And this is quite sad and scary. Whether this is tied to the Gurumi situation or if it's just a one-off hacker that just hacks celebrity accounts and it's unrelated, we don't know. But people definitely think that this was Jennie's way of addressing hackers and basically telling them to stop, but also implying that something of hers has actually been hacked or that her private space has been indeed violated. This is quite sad to hear. Of course, we were concerned over her safety and all that, and it looks like it's gotten better now. The rumors and theories don't really just stop there. Apparently, during one of Blackpink's recent shows, Jennie was seen mocking one of the photos that Gurumi had leaked. Now, as per request of YG and whatever, I won't put the original edited photo, but Jennie and Lisa stood like this during one of their shows. People put this together with one of the photos of Taeyang and Jennie at Jeju doing this same pose in front of a Buddha statue, and you can find that photo online. Of course, this is a bit of a stretch, and likely the pose was just for fun and it didn't mean anything. However, I do think this would be a smart way to address things. I think it would be a way to address it, and if you know the situation, it starts to make sense what they're doing. But if you don't know, then it's just a cute moment between Lisa and Jennie posing. However, the reason I don't think this is shade or in any way directed towards the edited photo is because why that photo? That wasn't even the most popular photo that came out of the whole situation. The mirror selfies are the most popular ones. Why not just do those poses? But regardless, people were scared to know that the girls, and specifically Jennie, are aware of the rumors and that they are sad. There's no chance that the girls do not know. Jennie's comment section for weeks on her IG was just vomit emojis, and every single headline about Blackpink and BTS was about this rumor. There was no way to hide from this. Every single idol in K-pop knew about it, and every single K-pop site had talked about it. Taeyang and Lisa even had a business trip together on a private jet, and what do you think they were talking about on the plane? Lisa was probably like, "Oppa, the internet hates you and Jennie dating." I think everyone is okay, and the rumors have just either been accepted and people think that the two are dating and don't care, and those who are mad are likely desensitized to it by now, as it has now been well overexposed. Do I think anything happened with them? No. I also don't care to look too much into it. Let me know what you think. Make sure you check out my Patreon for more videos, link down below. Thanks, just leave the comment right here. Love you. Bye.